think you're looking, I think you're looking at me. It's getting harder, it's getting harder. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, All Things GarageBand. I'm Jeremy Hawes. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to transfer files from your Mac's GarageBand to your iPad's GarageBand. And then I'm going to show you how to add new files to that on your iPad's GarageBand, and then how to send all those files and tracks back to your Mac's GarageBand and work on it there more in depth, like mix and master, that kind of stuff. Sounds like a lot, but I'll show you in those 3 steps how to do it, okay? Without further ado, let's get started. Really wanted to leave. Guys, if you guys want to follow along, go ahead and click on your GarageBand icon. And we're going to start with a new project. We're not going to worry about any of this stuff on this page. We're just going to choose, and I'll be using just a MIDI instrument to show you guys how to transfer files over there real quick, okay? So I will choose a MIDI instrument here. And if I'm moving too fast, if you guys don't know any of this stuff, I have a beginner's guide to All Things GarageBand, beginner's guide on my channel, All Things GarageBand. Check it out if you don't know how to do all the beginning stuff I'm doing here, okay? I'm just moving through this like you guys already know how to use GarageBand a little bit. And if you're watching this video, most likely you already know how to use it a little bit if you're wanting to transfer files back and forth in between them, you know? So, yeah. All right, so there we go. All right, so I'll be using the default synthesizer here to show you guys how to transfer files. I'm going to go ahead and pull down a musical keyboard, and I'll use this to play the instruments, okay, and there we go. Let's do it. All right, cool. So let's hit record, and we'll, whoops, we're gonna take off. We're gonna do measurement. Cool. There we go. Horrible. Things are really hard to play like this. I don't suggest it. Use a MIDI keyboard if you want to actually get down. Okay, so there we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a second track, and the reason I'm doing this, I'll tell you in just a second why I'm doing this. There's a reason I'm doing this. Making a second track actually. So let me do this. Let's do another one. Boom. All right, great. All right, so we'll do in the second track. Separate. That's the octaves. We'll do a different octave, and let's do this again. Horrible. All right, guys. So there you go. There's those 2 tracks. Let's so now let's play back. I'm gonna put one to left ear, one to right ear. Okay. I'll explain this in just a second why I'm doing that. Okay. So that worked. Okay. Get rid of that. All right. Now the reason I did these 2 tracks is okay. So we're gonna send these files over to GarageBand now on your iPad. But when you send these files over, whatever is not muted here. So say you got a huge project going on. You've got drums, bass, vocals, guitars, left and right, all this stuff going on. Big project. If whatever you don't mute, it will send all those tracks over. And what it does is when it gets to the GarageBand on your iPad, it will put it all down on one track on an audio track, stuck there. And it'll all be right down the middle. It'll be hard to hear it, like especially audio tracks. It'll sound really muddy. Now you're going, what? Why would I want to do that? Well, is because the reason I do this is because what I do is if I have a huge project, I just send over because I'm just sending these tracks over there as playback, not to work on the tracks over there. I'm just adding new tracks to this project, okay? So I'm going to send these over there to listen to as reference, as playback, and then I'm going to add new tracks to and use that surface space on the iPad to do the drum kits and other stuff on there. It's hard to do on a MIDI keyboard, a MIDI drum pad, because you have to hit them, or sampler pad, it's real hard to hit them. So it just gives you that freedom to do live recording and sound like a real drummer and stuff like that. I love that. And the newer iPads with the A1 chip and M1 through M4 chip, those you can actually do this all in time and record up to your Mac's GarageBand all at the same time. But older generation iPads, you got to do it this way if you want to use that surface space in your iPad, the MIDI instruments in there, all the other stuff in there, you know, and then bring it back and use it on your project in Mac. Okay, that's just the way it is. So if you do want to actually work on these tracks in over there on and actually add to this track here, not add new tracks, add and like record and add to these tracks, then you'll want to send over these tracks separate, one at a time. Pain in the butt, I don't suggest it. If you have the money, I suggest getting a new iPad, a newer generation iPad. But if you're a struggling musician like I am, this is the way you kind of have to do it. Okay, but at least you can still do it. It just takes a little bit longer. So basically why I did the left and right here is so I can show you when I send these over and I don't mute them, I send them over, it's going to send them over and stick them on one audio file right down the middle. It won't even left and right them for you. It's crazy. But then we're going to add new tracks to it there, and then we're going to send it back, and it will separate these older tracks back out, and then have your new tracks there so you can all work on it there, okay? So yeah, and another big important thing here is the metronome. Make sure you turn your metronome off when you're sending files back and forth, especially when you're sending files back from your iPad to your Mac. Okay, it will get stuck. The metronome will get stuck in the track, the sound in the track. You can't get it out of there. So make sure you just turn it off when you send files back and forth. Okay. So all right. So we're going to go up to Share, and we're going to go down, left click on Project to GarageBand for iOS. Okay. And then we're gonna rename this something, okay? I haven't even named the file that we're just working on, but I will later. I'll call it transfer file. And I already did a bunch of these, so number 4, okay? All right, so let's do this. And then you want to change this from iCloud Drive to GarageBand for iOS, not for Mac OS, but iOS, okay? Left click on that, and then we're going to hit save, and that will bounce them over, as you can see. Bam. Since this is such a small file, it does it very quickly, as you can see, it just did, okay? So basically, what I'm going to do now is I am going to open up my iPad, and I'm going to mirror screen so you can see my iPad working, and we'll jump over there. Okay, there's my iPad screen, and we're going to go to GarageBand there. There we are. If it's not on the menu window, go back there. Make sure you're on this window here. Okay, and as you can see, it already transferred right there. Files transferred 4. That was quick. If you don't find it there, if you have it set up different, make sure you just go ahead and use this little guy here and type in the name of the file you sent over there, and it will pop up, okay? Like file, see, there it is at the top, okay? That kind of thing, okay? And also if that's the easiest way to find it, or you can go to iCloud Drive and click on that, and then go down to GarageBand for iOS right here, and then it will pop up there, okay? That kind of thing. So next we're going to go ahead and click on the transfer files for, and it will download it and open up that file. As you can see, it put both of those tracks on audio track here, okay? Bam. So, and as you can, I'm going to play it real quick and show you guys what I'm talking about putting it right down the middle. It's no longer left and right. If these are audio tracks, it starts to sound muddy, a bunch of them. So what I do if I'm going to be adding new tracks like this, and I'm working with a big project already, I got drums, I got guitars, I got bass, I got vocals, all that stuff, I just want to add something else. I make sure I just put over what I want to hear as playback. Like if there's a bunch of guitars that are left and right guitars, you just want to send one guitar, one main rhythm guitar, maybe one bass over, and if you're adding drums, just send those over, or if you're going to have drums with it, send the drums over with them, and it'll just put them right down the middle. But you get too many tracks, excuse me. Yeah, if you get too many tracks going on, it will just sound muddy, and it'll be hard to listen as playback. Okay, but when you send this all back, if you don't mess with this track, this audio track, it'll separate those tracks back out for you like they were. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and add new some tracks to it real quick, and I'll show you how to do that and then send it back. Okay, so we'll go ahead and use. I'm gonna go ahead and add drums real quick. Now there's a lag because I'm doing a video screen recording, so it's gonna not sound that great. Not that the synthesizers sound that great. Okay, and another thing I can't stand about, you got to go over to this little guy over here and go down to your track settings and turn off. I like to not use quantize. It always has it on. So remember that once you record your drums, it's going to quantize them for you unless you turn that off. Okay. And if you guys don't know how to use GarageBand on an iPad very well, I have a beginner's guide to GarageBand on your iPad, you just check out my channel, All Things GarageBand. It should be there. If not, there'll be one out soon. Okay, so all right, so we're going to go back and we're going to play to that. We're going to record to that. There, that worked. Okay, so there it is. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and just do one more so you can see how it separates these tracks later on. It doesn't put all these new tracks on one track when you send it back. It's not the same. Okay, so we're going to go over here, add another one, and let's just throw some, let's do some vocals. Ow! Woo! Yeah, get some. Okay, so did it record? Ow! Okay, remember when you send these back, make sure this metronome is off, or it will stick the metronome in those files you're sending back. It sucks, but it's just the way it is. You know, it is what it is. So we're gonna go ahead up here, and we're gonna go back to the file screen here. Okay, there it is right there. So what we're going to do next is we are going to not click on it, but we're going to push down, hold on it. Okay, just don't let go right away. Just hold down that right there, bam, like that, and then let go. And then you'll see that here's the share. We're going to go down to share, click on share. Okay. Now song, we don't want song or ringtone, because song is when you're finished with your whole file and you're mixed and mastered and you're ready for people to view it and listen to it, like on a channel or something like that, or music platform. That's when you choose song when it's all finished, or ringtone for ringtone. But project is where if you're still working on it, separate tracks and stuff like that, you're gonna click on that bad boy. Okay. All right. Be close to your Mac so you can airdrop that. And it's a pretty quick process this way. And this is the way I do it. Now I'll click on Jeremy's Mac. Bam, sent. Okay, so let's go and go back to the other screen. All right, back to here. As you can see, it already sent it. That's pretty quick. Okay, so whatever you do not open it up when you see this. Do not hit open, because what will happen if you do that, it will just open up the tracks you're working on, not send it to, not work on it. So it won't put it in the project, this project here, okay? You want it, if you're working on a big project, you want it to go back to that project. If you open it up, it won't work that way. It will just open up the tracks we just recorded, okay? So just go and put this away for now, okay? Now what we're gonna do is next we're gonna go over to close, and we're gonna close it up, okay? And yes, save. I gotta name it still, remember? Okay, transfer files, number 4, that was it, okay? And save. All right, so when we open it back up, the song that we just did, there it is. It should import those files. It'll even tell you, there it is. It'll ask if you want to import them. And yes, new tracks have been added to this project by GarageBand iOS. Do you want to import the new tracks? And yes, I do. Import successful. That was quick. You have bigger projects to take a little longer, and sending it back and forth will take a little longer. Give it some time. If it's not there yet, just wait a little while and just turn off the project. You can even turn off your GarageBand or quit GarageBand, open it back up, and it should be there. Just give it some time if it's a big project. Okay, as you can see, it separated these first two ones we sent over there, the two synthesizers, back out, and it also kept these separate when we sent them back. So let's play it real quick so you guys can hear that it worked. Ow! Woo! Yeah, get some. Horrible. All right, guys. So you can see it worked. Okay, so pretty cool. It's a lot to do, but like I said, if you've got the money, invest in a new iPad with a M1 chip or newer, or an A112 Bionic chip, so you can do all this without. You don't have to worry about sending files back and forth. You can actually do it in time, and it's pretty sick. Anyways. All right, guys, hope you guys enjoyed that video. you guys want to see more videos like this, please check out my channel, All Things GarageBand. I have another channel coming out called All Things Logic. I'll leave the link at the bottom for you, where I'll teach you guys how to integrate from GarageBand to Logic. Apple's I love Apple for this. They're basically part of the same program. They run the same. They look the same. If you know how to use GarageBand, you'll know how to use Logic Pro. It's just you're gonna have to learn all the new stuff because it's GarageBand on steroids basically, and I love it. And I love GarageBand. I swear by it. I've been using it 15, 20 years, but they came up with Logic Pro, and I was like, oh no, I gotta have it. So, but the cool thing that Apple did is they give you a 90 days free trial of Logic Pro. You don't have to put down a credit card. You don't have to remember to turn it off before they charge you. It will tell you each day that you use it how many days you have left of it. Now, the only catch is that after 90 days you can't work on that project. You can't use Logic Pro to work on that project anymore. So before it shuts off, to get around this, before that 90 days is up, you just want to get done with any projects you're working on Logic Pro. Remember this. Yeah. All right, guys. You have an awesome day. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. That leaves it wide open. Woo. See you guys.